My name is Tori Weldon, Administrator for the Atlanta Community Impact Program. I joint collaborated with the Georgia Department of Corrections and the City of Atlanta Police Department. During the origin of slavery, we went to the inner part of Africa to get the most powerful, the most athletic, the most durable Africans or beings that we could find. Put them on slave ships, and we put them in the water doing this thing called the Middle Passage. During this Middle Passage, only the strong survive. Many of our ancestors were not physically able to make this trip, so they perished. They threw them overboard. So once we got to the Americas, to toil the soils of the South, we realized that we had this strong kings and queens, sons of kings and queens here in the Americas to do the labor-intensive jobs of slavery. One of the things that Master realized was that this was an athletic human being. We had to do something to slow them down. So one of the things they did is to put them on the old garments. The old garments usually were very big, they were bulky, they were heavy. They weighted these things down here to slow the slaves down or try to deter them from escaping. Me being in law enforcement myself, many times we come across individuals that are running from the police. And one of the things we see that's an advantage to us is that their pants are so big and it's wearing them down, just like the masters wanted to do back in slavery, and to preventing or slowing them down from running.
It's like your swag, you know what I'm saying? They got it mixed up to thinking it's California and how they in the jail sagging their pants. They ain't got nothing to do with what's going on out here. You know?
Break it down for me, bro.
See, when you sagging your pants, it's a long history behind it. It's what we came from, you know what I'm saying? We came from being in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? Our pants sagging represents the struggle.
I'm just as black as they come, all right?
Yeah.
And I've never been told that. I wasn't taught that in school.
Yeah.
I didn't learn that at home.
Learn it in school.
So where do you learn that code of ethics at?
You learn that from the streets. How about if your pants too high?
Yeah. That's a point. That's a point.
You need to get a fine. That's showing too.
If you a dude wearing skinny jeans, kill yourself.
White folk walking down the street, their pants down below their butt. Well, when I used to drink, I drive drunk. That's criminal. Running the street with your pants below your butt, it's not. So why you picking on them? They don't pick on drunken drivers. Right. You hear me?
Now look, see, they don't know that come from prison. See, that's prison wear. They need to know the truth. So they think that's a style. No, and that's what they want you to wear. So when you do run from the police, they can catch you, because you can't run with your pants down.
Why? I mean, why would you have your pants that low if you don't want to show your butt? Why are you sagging, man?
Right. Did nobody say y'all could laugh?
I'm saying, don't listen. You know what they do to people that sag in jail? Stick their fingers down their butt.
I remember a song years ago by the artist Eazy-E. He had a verse in the song. It said, "Why do you wear your pants like that, Easy?" And his response was easy access. That's the phenomenon of the modern day sagging today. Inside of our prison, many of our homosexuals are wearing their pants big because it was easier to gain access to their, how can we say this right here, their vital parts or their sexual parts. Inside the prison, this is a phenomenon that is reoccurring over and over. Many of our young offenders with the 2 strikes you're out and the 3 strikes you're out, minimum sentencing, things of that nature, we're looking at a younger offender. Many of our offenders are going to prison at 13, 14, 15, 16 years old during the adolescent periods where their first sexual experience is actually inside of a correctional institution. So when we start looking at the origin of sagging, let's go back into the penitentiary. When we start looking at the videos during the mid and early 80s when the guys were coming out of prison. Sometimes in many of our correctional industries around, institutions around the world, homosexuality is accepted. Okay? So while they're in prison, this doctrine of situational homosexuality is being accepted, it's readily accepted, it's something that they do.
Well, we have sexual desires, right? So you got a bunch of men locked up in one place. All of them get hard. All of them's horny, all of them got sexual desires, so what are they gonna do? You won't let them have a woman. They gonna have somebody's gonna have to give us some booty. And it's just that simple.
So they wear their pants in a mold where they can dip behind small spaces and have their business. And so when we start looking at sagging in America, let's look at the correctional industry. Let's look at why they're wearing their pants like this.
In this prison, booty was more important than food. Booty, a man's butt. Having some booty was more important than drinking water, man. I like booty.
The telltale signs of HIV or full-blown AIDS is that you lose weight. Many of these same people that were involved with this activity later in their tenure lose weight. When they lose weight, their pants seem to fall off of them. They start sagging, as they call it now. So one of the things we'll start talking about in prison is that we're looking at two different situations. One, HIV and AIDS. Second of those is they came from prison because it allowed our offenders inside of our correctional industry to have easy access.
You know, they got this thing where they sag their pants past their butt. It's a style, they call it some sort of gangster style. You know, it's sexy to us, right? And see, but they weren't prepared for this, right? So you sag your pants in her, man, somebody be up in your butt, you know, and it's just that simple.
You know, everybody had their own preference or reference, you know what I'm saying? I don't get into it, but you know, for me, my image, I wouldn't get that type of image for nobody to look at me, my pants say, when they see me, I keep my belt on. I might wear big pants, but I keep mine up, cause I might have to run, cause I'm out here trying to get it. Uh-oh, watch out.
Based on the integrity of a young man or an older man wearing baggy pants is and can be very degrading. That's all right.
Hold on a minute,
You're gonna have that.
Hold on.
You're gonna have that. That's all right. You're gonna have that. That's okay.
Yo, we out here on the street trying our very, very damnness to look at ways that we can appreciate ourselves as African Americans, ways that we can build. And what do we get? Egg in the face. Look at my boot, egg on my boot. But you know what? It took people like Dr. Martin Luther King. It took people like Malcolm X. It took those people like that to go out and put their lives on the line to make a difference. And you know what? Whoever threw those eggs over there, we love y'all anyway. I love you anyway. I'm a firm believer that if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And those of you who are so chicken crap to want to throw those eggs and hit the producer of somebody that's trying to make a difference in the community for you, shame on you. And you are in my prayers.
Today I'd like to talk to you about what can happen with the sagging jeans of the 2000 era. And what this means is that with younger people and the way they're walking and wearing their clothes can cause detrimental harm to the spine. What I'm going to do right now is show you a picture of the spine from the side and show you what can happen over long periods of walking or incorrectly. First off, this is the spine, the human spine. Here's the top of the head, here's the lower body. What happens is when younger people or adults, what have you, are wearing their clothes lower to the body like this, they push their pelvic out. That's the lower part here, their lower back. Because of this and walking slouchingly and holding their pants forward, over time, the bones start to set that way. Your bones grow to the age of 24, which means bone growth stops in the early 20s. At this point, where they stop is the way they stay, which means if the bones are in an incorrect position, they stay that way.
Your lower body will be jacked because you thought this style was whack. Pants sagging, feet dragging, walking to a hip-hop beat. You know I'm keeping it real, fellas, or you wouldn't be hearing me. Showing underwear and more is no funny joke. So I'm pleading with you shorties, please pull those pants up.
What comes to mind when you think of sagging pants?
Sloppy, uneducated, just disrespectful.
Okay.
Young kids, mostly male, and I don't like it.
If somebody were coming over to my house and picking up my daughter with baggy pants, I'd probably raise an eyebrow at first, but then, you know, if they're a good person, that's okay, even though I might think it's maybe not the best look, but yeah.
However, I don't think it's cute to wear them like below the knees or, well, you know, like sagging, showing your underwear. I don't think that's cute, but charging, I think that's a little out of hand because, I mean, you can't tell anybody really how to dress. That's freedom of speech.
I mean, I can understand the younger generation, they like that, but I just think the cleaned up route is it's more appealing. It looks good. It looks fresh. It looks, you know, looks decent. I like that.
It's not something I care for personally. I mean, they're going to do what they do. It's not my business, but preferably, I don't date guys who have their pants hanging down to their ankles.
Yeah, you must be around. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's not attractive or sexy.
Get the outfit, get the outfit.
See, my money ain't long as yours, so I can't do all that, right?
No.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying.
Hold up. No, it ain't that. I'm just trying to show everybody in the hood you can dress classy because it gets you further in life. All that hood dressing, yeah, it run out in the end. In the end, it run out. When you go to corporate America, you got to be dressed for corporate America. You can't go to corporate America dressed like a thug.
We need more dads in kids' lives. That's why I'm here taking care of mine. I love y'all so much, man. Baggy pants is cool for it's a little era, but you got to step it up in order for you to have what you really want. Because in order for you to get what you never had, you got to do what you never done before. Buckle 'em up.
Here's the thing. That's a conflicted issue for me because I don't think that legislation should be passed so that people can profile somebody with their pants down. Looking at your behind, in a lot of ways, it's going to be hard for you to move forward. Especially the way that the Lord works is you never know when that blessing is going to come.
I say pull your pants up. You're going to trip and fall and hurt somebody. When did that become fashionable? Pull your pants up. I can't talk to a person. I don't want to see your drawers. I really am not interested.
Not cool.
Not cool. Pull your drawers up.
Any public official who's worrying about sagging pants probably needs to, spend some time focusing on real problems out there. Having said that, brothers should pull up their pants.
When we passed welfare legislation in the 50s and 60s, we wouldn't let the mother stay in the home with her mother and still get welfare. So you deprive the child of a grandmother. Then we wouldn't let the mother have a man in the house who was unemployed. So you take the men out of the lives of our children. Without my father and my uncles, and without my grandmother, I would have been a mean, angry, bitter nigger. And I would have called those around me the nastiest, vilest names I could think of. And I would think I had the right to do it. I frankly think that some of the circumstances we have created, we're lucky that these people are making music and not bombs.
I saw an email not too long ago that said if you spell the word sagging backwards, you get the word nigger. Sagging, S-A-G-G-I-N, niggers, N-I-G-G-A-S. So one of the things we're looking at, going back to Slavery Day, this phenomenon, this fashion fad addresses our inner city black youth. So one of the things about it, understand today, you don't want to be sagging, because that is the backwards word for what things we're calling ourselves every day. A nigga.
If you want somebody to know you, your first impression gives off that first impression. So if you dress like a thug and I'm all about the streets, that's the persona that you're gonna get from people. If you suit up and boot up and dress like you got some common sense, a person's gonna respect you better. It's all about self-respect, because self-respect will be your best presentation.
So I just think it's all about the direction, where you're going with it. You can't be on no nonsense. You can't be on no foolishness. If you handling your business, do you. Put God first and go hard, man, and all your dreams will come true. That's real.
We would like for the young people to put their heads up, pull their pants up, and get their grades up.